Just always keep a smile on your face, keep it light.
Yeah.
We joke around and have a good time.
How's everyone feeling tonight? So good. Welcome. Feels good, right? So many friendly faces. You are all in the right place. Welcome to the Techstars Iowa Demo Day.
This is the squad. I did it right here.
I always like to say that in Iowa, it is not 6 degrees of separation, it truly is 1 degree of separation.
And as I look around this room, there are a lot of people who have really put their shoulders and blood and sweat into the entrepreneurial ecosystem for many, many years, and you know who you are.
So as we are building entrepreneurship on our campuses, 2 important ingredients come to my mind. 1 is mentors and 2 is models. And Techstars delivers on both in all of those aspects.
And so one of the things that I think is important to share here is the remarkability of our mentor pool. These are individuals who understand the energy of accelerating others is unmatched. They are interested in the success of others, and they are pushing themselves to learn about what's going on with an entrepreneur, how a company is working, where are some gaps that potentially we can fill with a cool connection. And together, they are activating the entire Techstars experience.
What does it mean to be a mentor? It means giving. It means sharing what you can and expecting nothing. You might give some advice and understand that that startup may not take it, and that's okay. Sharing what you can, though, to help them in any way.
For me, being a mentor means giving first. The whole philosophy behind Techstars is give first, and that means really doing anything you can to help someone succeed.
And again, the passion that these people bring to what they're doing and their ideas kind of rejuvenates me career-wise and just in the day-to-day of, again, being able to ask some questions and figure out solutions to problems, which is why we're all here, right?
So, since coming to Iowa 3 years ago, this is the story I like to share, is I found it really easy to think big thoughts and kind of dream big dreams, and I don't know if it's the prairie, right? So I regularly commute between Grinnell and here, so I see a lot of the prairie that's out there. Or if, frankly, it's the inspirational aspirations of an institution like Grinnell or a combination somewhere thereof. But I hope each one of these teams and everybody that's experienced Techstars Iowa takes a little bit of that inspiration and brings it back with them. And I would just tell you, keep dreaming big. Okay, so I'm really excited about seeing these presentations.
Purdy, when she selected, I'm pretty sure she selected teams that were like just good people, but also like knew the domain and the expert, like were domain experts of exactly what their field was. Like this is like a very big like founder market fit group cohort, I would say.
We celebrate wins. We celebrate wins together. We grind together. We work hard together. There's really no sense of competition among the cohort. Everyone wants each other to do well, of course.
You know why they're excited about the company. So lean in, have a great conversation, get him excited. He wants a unicorn out of Iowa. And so, you know, talk to that. Talk to your big plans and how you're going to get there. Share that with him. He's super excited to help you. Okay? Thanks for asking.
Gonna get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphones. Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible.
Hype music.
I'm so excited to introduce you to all of them. I cannot wait. They are amazing founders. They are working in areas that they are driven to support, to find solutions for. They know the customers in those areas deeply, and they're generous, nice, smart, resilient people to boot. You're gonna love all of them.
What I'm gonna do is let's separate right in the middle, and let's all stand up. Oh yeah. I want that half to scream case and that other half to scream control. Got it? Yes. Okay, let's do it. Case control! Case control! Case control! Please give it up for Pat.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I'm going to bring him to all my investor meetings from now on.
Hi, I'm Pamela Singh, CEO and co-founder of Case Control, a patent-pending surgery management platform that uses AI to streamline and automate surgery scheduling workflows and also cultivate rewarding relationships with every surgical patient. Now, we started from an organic need. Our co-founder, Dr. Ashwin Dewan, is a practicing orthopedic surgeon, and he noticed that even in his own practice, too many surgeries were being canceled or mismanaged due to archaic pen and paper-based processes prior to entry into the electronic medical record, or EMR. In fact, in the US, over 51 million patients are inadequately prepared for surgery every year, costing $50 billion of surgical revenue. In fact, Dr. Dewan once had a patient named Janet who came in to get her surgery, finally got over the anxiety of having surgery, got her son to take a week off to take care of her, arrived at the hospital just to be told that due to an admin oversight, she was missing her cardiac clearance and her surgery was canceled. Low-tech processes are being used to support high-tech surgeries, and it's harming patient care. So, introducing Case Control, the cloud-based surgical management platform that liberates surgeons and teams to give patients the care that they deserve. Our ultimate vision is to be able to coordinate the entire end-to-end surgical journey in a matter of seconds instead of what currently takes weeks. In terms of integration, Case Control can be used as a completely standalone web-based platform. It can be integrated with an EMR or within an EMR itself as well. We're currently starting with the pre-operative process. So currently, doctors write up to 8 pages per surgery of their complex surgery preferences in their wonderful, easy-to-read handwriting. But now, with Case Control, this all takes them just 15 seconds. Over 40 automated messages coordinate vendors, anesthesia providers, and insurance, meaning what used to take surgery schedulers 4 hours of work now takes them only 1 hour of work with Case Control. And for patients like Janet, surgery can be a stressful time. So, timed messages guide patients through their surgical journey. And finally, you can't fix what you can't see. So HIPAA-compliant dashboards provide insights so no patient is left behind and there are no pipeline leaks in terms of revenue. Our initial user data results show up to 300K more in additional collections per year per surgeon, and this is due to the 10 to 20% increase in case volume, 250 surgeon hours reclaimed, and 75% less admin burden. We're starting in the US with 175K surgeons with an ITAM of 1.1 billion, and then expanding with a TAM of 6 billion. In terms of our revenue model, we are a SaaS subscription charging per surgeon per year with 3 tiers of service, and are currently focused on building out the professional tier with private practice orthopedic surgeons. After ortho, we're going to be expanding to other surgical subspecialties such as plastics and urology, moving on to ambulatory surgical centers, hospital enterprises, and then finally we'll be able to provide unique business intelligence data offerings as well. And as of last week, I'm excited to share that we have our first MOU signed with an enterprise client for over 150 surgeons. So why Case Control? Well, in terms of our biggest competitor, that's still paper-based surgery scheduling, and we're coming to change that. And our other competitors don't even take into account the most important resource in the entire surgery scheduling process, the surgeon. Case Control is designed by surgeons for surgeons and teams. And finally, we are the team to scale. My background is in systems engineering, operations research, with experience in hospital IT management. Dr. Dewan not only understands software, but is also an orthopedic surgeon. And our CTO, Sachi Roy, has previously scaled software startups. Thank you, and let's change the delivery of surgical care.
No startup gets created in a vacuum and absolutely doesn't grow in a vacuum. And the Techstars family has enabled the two of us to bring Flight to the next level, and none of this wouldn't be possible without the Techstars team, without the support of all the mentors and investors, and without the support of our own family who's been with us every step of the way, supporting us to take Flight to the next level, and we can't wait to pay it back. We believe in give first as well, and as soon as we have a chance, we will be paying back to the community, and that's a win-win for everyone, and that's our biggest learning as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Flight.
Imagine you just finished your 4th back-to-back meeting and you want to know what someone mentioned in your first meeting. You look at your hastily written notes and can't find it. My name is Shilpa and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Flight. Did you know manual note-taking is costing companies $55 billion in lost revenue every year? With more than 11 million meetings happening every day, business professionals are spending 30 million hours every month taking meeting minutes. What if you could focus on the conversation and get well-organized meeting minutes automatically in your notebook? Wouldn't that be wonderful? You could focus on details and action item without worrying about meeting minutes. Introducing Flight. Flight's AI technology converts a call into precise meeting minutes and action items, saving 80% of the time that business professionals spend on documenting and sharing notes with their team members. Let's see how it works.
Just press a button to start recording. And when meeting is done, press stop recording, enter meeting title, and click on create notes. And bam, meeting minutes show up in your Flight notebook, categorized by topic, speaker, and summary length. You can also track actions and questions for follow-up conversations. So, we asked salespeople, what would you do if you didn't have to take notes manually? They said they would sell more. Flight enables sales professionals to save up to 200 hours spent every year on note-taking, resulting in over $45,000 of incremental revenue and a 16-time return on investment for small to medium businesses. We compete in the growing conversational AI market, including AI tools targeting sales, marketing, podcasters, and a number of other professionals. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We are constantly discovering new ways professionals can use Flight to be more productive. Our revenue model is extremely simple. Any business professional can use Flight for a fixed monthly subscription fee based on the number of hours of usage.
We have a wait list of more than 300 individuals, all by word of mouth, without spending any marketing dollars. Over the past few weeks, we have onboarded 50 users from 20+ businesses. They are constantly creating notes using Flight. We are constantly enhancing our platform and onboarding new users every day. While most of our competitors offer either verbose transcript or allow manual note-taking, only Flight creates meeting minutes just the way you and I would, by focusing on key pieces of information discussed during a meeting. That's what makes us the best solution for business professionals. We are targeting sales and customer success teams from mid-sized tech companies and acquiring businesses using referral-based marketing. We are also focusing on webcast, webinars, podcast, and tech events to acquire large audience. We are a team of 2 co-founders with background in AI and business development. With experience building SaaS applications and doing business development for enterprises, and a global network through INSEAD and Tuck, we are well positioned to build and scale Flight into a leading platform for automated note-taking. Thank you so much for your time. Together, let's make note-taking faster and 10 times easier. Say goodbye to chaotic notes. Say hello to Flight.
I think starting a business is about the right relationships at the right time, whether that's partners, investors, customers, team.
I took the bar exam 30 years ago. I know, it's hard to believe. I started on a Monday and was sworn in on a very hungover Friday morning. That morning, we took an oath, and that oath included the requirement that we make legal counsel available. The guys I'm going to introduce to you shortly are doing just that, and they're helping us meet that promise. They are democratizing access to legal services through the use of technology, connecting lawyer to client. Jay, what did the police officer say to you last night? You have the right to an attorney, right? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Legal IQ.
Hi, my name is Zeb Anderson, co-founder and CEO of LegalQ. Have you or a loved one ever needed legal help but didn't know where to look? It can be complex, time-consuming, and overwhelming. Not only is this onerous task costly, it also inhibits access to justice. Without access to legal help, many are unaware of their legal claims or legal rights. This while 60% of American households are dealing with a legal problem at any given time. The legal supply chain for finding attorneys is broken. But we believe that attorneys should be available with just a few taps. And we know that attorneys need to be connected to motivated legal consumers. The LegalQ Attorney Dashboard enables attorneys to connect on demand and on their schedule to those users. Just as a VC needs a steady deal flow, attorneys need a steady stream of clients to be successful. The alternatives in the market today offer cold leads, which are nothing more than email or a phone number, all with the connection overhead and while fighting off 10 other attorneys at the exact same time. To bring this to bear, we have an incredible world-class team. Between us, we've raised over $35 million in previous startups, have 4 master's degrees, 2 JDs, 1 PhD, and 1 former NHL player. So how does this work? On the left, you can see I am using the mobile app, which is available on iOS and Android. I ask my legal question, which is anything from, I want to cut down my neighbor's tree, to I got a DUI last night. What are my next steps? I choose my legal category and jurisdiction and connect to the attorney who's using the web app, Wagma. She reviews the question, and if she can answer it, she accepts it. Just like that, we're connected on video, and I'm getting my answers to my legal question. After the consultation ends, I have the ability to rate the attorney and the consultation. You can see I gave her 5 stars since she answered all of my questions, and I have a plan to move forward with confidence. Our model is simple. Users have access for free to attorneys for a 15-minute consultation. If they want to pay for a full hour, they can do that as well. Attorneys are onboarded to a freemium model. We've been in market for just a month now, and I'm so excited to say that 165 consultation requests have happened during that time with 50 of the best attorneys in Minnesota. Attorneys then move to a monthly $199 amount after 30 days of free consultations. This while others in the market charge $500 to $5,000 a month for leads. Exploring the legal tech landscape, you can see that LegalQ is the only platform that offers on-demand mobile experience through text, voice, and video chat, all without ever charging the user. We offer the most seamless experience to drive value to attorneys searching for potential clients. The legal services industry is fractured and ripe for disruption. With a $35 billion TAM and a SOM that with only 3% represents $140 million in ARR, all the while, no major player has more than 6% market share. But that's not what's important. What's important is this, our mission, which is to enable 1 million people to get legal help from 50,000 attorneys in all 50 states by 2025. That's what's important, that's why we're here, and that's what we will do. We hope that you share this vision with us and enable access to justice by being our partner. Thank you.
It really does make you realize that like you are in control, but allows you to step back and really like look at it from a 30,000 foot view and make sure that what you're working your ass off every single day is like towards the right goal.
This team is extremely passionate about people, easy solutions, and the environment. They're going to take over the game one box truck at a time. So without further ado, I want to introduce Team Onward.
Hey everyone, my name is Grafton and I'm the CEO of Onward Delivery. We're a freight marketplace fixing the way retailers ship large items like furniture to their end customers. I ran operations for one of the biggest freight brokerages in the nation prior to starting Onward, so I know there's a big problem in this large good delivery space. We live in an age where we expect the exact same service as Amazon from all retailers. However, if you go online to purchase that cool new couch, or you walk into a mattress store to replace your old mattress, you're gonna have to wait an average of 35 days to receive your delivery right now. And retailers can't do anything about this because there's a nationwide driver shortage. Yet, every single day, 2 million box trucks hit the road to make deliveries to end customers, and 95% of the time they're driving at less than full capacity. Then, 43% of the time they're driving completely empty. If we could fill this unused cargo space, it could generate additional $6 billion a year in profit for US trucking companies. And that's where Onward comes in. We have built a digital freight marketplace that connects every retail store with every delivery company in the market, therefore reducing the time between order and delivery from a month to under 3 days. And we do this by using our first-to-market technology, which allows retailers to post orders onto our platform and be connected to a delivery company that's already heading in the direction of the end customer's address, which we call item hitchhiking. And the benefits to this solution are mutual. Delivery companies increase their profit margins from 10 to 30%, and retailers decrease their shipping costs and increase the geography they're able to service and sell to. And this is all not to mention the fact that we cut carbon emissions because our trucks are already going to these locations with or without us. And at scale, we're gonna be able to cut the nation's carbon emissions by 10%. And oh boy, we're hitting the mark for the retailers we have onboarded. We have onboarded 50 retailers, which include national brands such as Mattress Firm, Slumberland, and Pottery Barn. And others are jumping on board every single week to allow us to solve these exact same problems for them. And we have hit product market fit for furniture retailers. And as a result, we have grown from $30,000 in March to $200,000 in August, which is a 5x growth. And we make our money by taking a 25% transaction fee on every single order. And with the average order being $200, we take an average of $50 per order. But we are more than just a transaction company. By year's end, both sides of our marketplace will be able to upgrade to our SaaS platform to gain access to our routing and front-facing APIs, allowing us to become that one-stop logistical solution for both sides of our marketplace. And lastly, we have the perfect team to do this. Connor worked alongside me at that same freight brokerage, so we have personal relationships with the biggest delivery companies in every single market that we have used to scale our supply base. Kip is an owner of a last-mile delivery company, so he understands what our carriers go through on a grassroots level and understands the price points better than anyone. And lastly, Kevin, our full-stack engineer that previously led a team of engineers at Reddit. So let's work together and let's fix this industry that's currently squandering the utilization of its assets and will contribute 40% to all carbon emissions by 2050 unless something changes now. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, no, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
I just thought about a lot of the communities and people that have helped us, and I really want to give back.
His mom was a preschool teacher, so that tells me he understands that it's important we switch and rethink how we teach young people right at a younger age. So it's an honor to introduce a very good friend of mine, Yu Chen of Out of the Box. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Yu Tian, I'm from Out of the Box, and we are an edtech startup that creates meaningful learning experiences for children everywhere. My co-founder Chloe and I have been working with children for over 10 years. We co-founded and exited an edtech venture that served over 5,000 children as well as organizations such as Google and Mensa. Almost all parents and educators agree that early education is critical for a child's development and growth. In fact, over 90% of a child's brain is fully developed before the age of 6. But the fact is that many parents don't really know what they're doing, and this is backed by research from established sources such as the National Academy of Science. And it is usually down to one of three problems: time, cost, or knowledge. Modern working parents simply don't have the time to homeschool their children. High-end preschools are super expensive, sometimes inaccessible, and the materials can be cookie cutter as well. Finally, if you put your child with a nanny, he or she pretty much doesn't do much education activities because nannies are not educators. And this is why Chloe and I created Out of the Box. We wanted to provide a complete solution to every child's learning needs, and the keyword here is anywhere. Our software is a learning platform that delivers learning activities and lesson plans. It uses machine learning to better understand the learning needs of each child and to provide better, customized recommendations over time.
But we spoke to hundreds of parents, and most of them don't just want another software or another app, they want a complete solution. So to complement our learning platform, we developed a box. More specifically, a patent-pending classroom in a box that grows with the child and transforms any available space into a full learning environment. There are endless possibilities into different subjects from coding to architecture, and the box can be used in a myriad of learning configurations. Children can do science experiments in the living room or explore nature in their own backyard. The goal here is to create a learning ecosystem for children, like Apple, but for kids. And we already have education companies and individuals interested to develop content on top of our SaaS and hardware. There are multiple use cases and revenue streams, so parents or educators can use individual components as an after-school supplement or enrichment to conventional preschool learning. They can also bundle everything up as a complete homeschooling solution as well. The early education market is fragmented and underserved, but there are immense potential and opportunities. The market size is over $300 billion for childcare centers alone, serving over 1.4 billion children, 25 in the US in our target age group. We validated our solution in the US and Singapore with paid pilots, and everyone loved the concept. We also have over 1,000 parents and educators on our waitlist since Techstars. Apart from our previous EdTech venture, Chloe and I also have professional experience in venture capital, R&D, technology, and business development. We are also working with early childhood educators, pediatric occupational therapists, and researchers to fine-tune our solution and learning materials. Quality learning can take place everywhere, and our vision is to transform the way children learn and play. So many people believe in our vision and idea, and we hope that you too will take this journey with us. Thank you very much for your time.
To create opportunities for others, Black women, female founders. We are children of immigrants,
Kansas founders,
Kansas
right?
founders, Midwest,
Yeah.
There's so many things that we want to do to, reach back and pull people forward with us, so.
I think we can all agree that there has never been a more important time to have disruptive technology like this in the service sector. Give it up from Wichita, Kansas, Quicker!
Hey, my name is Deborah, CEO and co-founder of QuickHire. I really need your attention because there's something very important happening in our country right now. So regardless of who you are, where you live, or where you might be watching this video from, it's nearly impossible to walk down the street and not see a now hiring sign. The reality is businesses today, they cannot hire people. And the situation is even more dire for service establishments like restaurants, hotels, and retailers. And while we can sit around and debate all day long on the reasons why, there's one common theme. The tools are not meeting the employees where they're at. They don't offer career advancement opportunities even if they're available. The hiring process is extremely generic, it's detached, redundant, contributing to people mass applying or spraying their resumes everywhere looking for a paycheck and not a career. And then the application process, it's ridiculously long, tedious, antiquated. Sometimes they rely on paper applications and computer-first submissions. This all causes blockers and abandonment along the way. So here at QuickHire, we are creating a first-of-its-kind tool for the service industry to hire and retain workers. No one could have ever predicted a better time for us to launch and capture a good chunk of this massive $57 billion market. In just 1 year, we've built a mobile and web platform from the ground up that has more than 60 paying companies and 11,000 job seekers. We've been able to do this because unlike the alternatives in the market, we aren't just a job board, and we're not just a workforce development platform. We are a career discovery marketplace for the service economy. So what that means is we partner with companies to find the right talent, and then we work with the job seeker and the employer to help them continue to advance. Our secret sauce is every applicant goes through an onboarding screening process. So this minimizes the amount of resume spraying and really helps us match employers with the right talent. We're also mobile first. We know that our operators and job seekers aren't sitting behind a computer all day. So people can review jobs, career paths, and more on our app. And then last but not least, employers can go deeper by communicating career advancement opportunities and engaging with a more driven and aligned talent pool. So for all of this, companies subscribe to our platform on a recurring monthly basis with plans starting at $199 a month. Our platform is free for job seekers. So service jobs, they are the largest contributor to the economy. And if you're like me, you've probably worked one before. For the 65% of people with non-traditional education in this country, these jobs are the most accessible and they can really be a path to prosperity. So we've created a platform that gives these job seekers the power over their careers and their advancement, the way it should have always been. And who better to do it than a team who gets it? QuickHire's leadership team has all worked these jobs, and all of us are children of blue-collar workers. Not only that, we have the right combination of experience and grit with backgrounds in entrepreneurship, career and educational advisement, and technology. So the question is, who's ready to get to work with us?
We might have an opportunity to basically close on 2 hospitals by the end of fourth quarter.
So without further ado, I invite you to get really loud right now as we introduce our first presenter, Carlos of Sevelin.
Hello, my name is Carlos Arguello. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sevelin. 30 years ago, my mother came to the US, and living in a new environment brought on anxiety and depression for her. When she went to seek a mental health support, she was unable to find providers who could adequately help her. For one, therapists at that time did not understand or truly appreciate the cultural and language barriers so common among immigrants. And finding a Spanish-speaking therapist at that time, that was nearly impossible to do. Second, she didn't have health insurance at that time, which meant that if she had to pay out of pocket for those therapy costs, it was just something that was way out of her reach. It's been 30 years since my mother began her path to mental well-being. Do you know what's changed for her and the 60 million plus Latinos in the US like her, seeking better access to mental health care? Absolutely nothing. Not only do we have a huge shortage of therapists for all of us in general, but there's even a bigger shortage of therapists who can speak any second language. In fact, there's about 1 therapist for every 2,000 Latino patients who seek treatment in Spanish in our country today. At Sevelin, we provide emotional wellness solutions focused on mental well-being for the Latino market. But rather than rely on the limited resources available in our industry, in our country today, we use providers based in Latin America who know the language of our patients, who truly understand their cultural need, and who provide affordable, quality care. Our platform is effective and easy to use. When users come to our site, they fill out a brief profile, they answer a few questions based off of preference, they select a date and time of their choice for their session, and based off that information, we serve them with the list of recommended providers. From there, they can book a session by simply choosing their provider of choice and paying for the session. From start to finish, that process takes 90 seconds. Our initial market is Latinas ages 25 to 64 here in the US. Why, you might be wondering? Well, based on over 400 customer discovery interviews done by our team, we found that women are more likely than men to seek mental health services, and they seek these services a lot sooner than their male counterparts. That being said, and even though we are initially focusing on Latinas, we truly understand that the total market potential for all Latinos in the US and effectively all Latin Americans seeking mental health services is 165 million people and rapidly growing. This equates to a market opportunity of $30 billion, which we plan to pursue. Our business model is very simple. We charge patients a flat fee of $50 per session. We pay our therapy partners $30 per session, and then we retain a 40% margin or $20 as a transaction fee. We're currently in our MVP stage doing our pilot here in Iowa and in the Midwest, and we have active paid users and providers using our platform today. We're seeing an increase in activity every single week as well. As we look to the future, we achieve profitability by 2023, and we grow the business to $50 million by 2025, which is very exciting. Our team is made up of the right folks to execute on our vision. We have folks who are passionate and experienced, and we wake up every single day thinking of new ways and new services to break down the stigmas and the barriers surrounding mental well-being. If you're interested in supporting our mission to improving the lives of millions of people, we would love to talk to you. My name is Carlos. We are Sevelin, proud to be an Iowa-based company, and together we can create one common language for emotional wellness. Thank you very much.
So the way we've overcome naysayers is we show them the data.
Honestly, this team has the world ahead of them, and I think they're going to do wonderful things. And so what I want everybody to do is I want you to crank the applause meter up to 11, right? If you're familiar with the movie, crank it up to 11, and let's hear it for Julie Schechter from Small Packages.
Man, they are growing up so fast.
I wish I could have been there. I just couldn't get away.
I can't believe you have a baby I haven't met.
How has it been so long?
Happy belated birthday.
So adulthood is just working and never seeing your friends?
How was our last girls' trip 3 years ago?
I miss you.
We've all felt like this, right? We're all overwhelmed with the demands of work and life, and so even though they mean everything to us, our personal relationships end up falling by the wayside. I'm Julie Schechter, the CEO and co-founder of Small Packages. As a former lawyer and then as a relationship coach, I saw this struggle every day, and I knew there was a way to make it easier. The problem is we're managing our relationships with a fragmented system. We might use spreadsheets to plot out who and when to reach out to, but that's cumbersome. We have calendar alerts to remind us the day of an event, but then we're too late to send a gift. And even if we're really proactive, we can spend hours searching online for the perfect thing to send. Small Packages removes those inefficiencies of organization and coordination and makes authentic connection super easy and fun. Here's how it works. You'll upload friends and family to the platform and tell us about them. Who are they? What do they love? And then we will remind you about the big events, like birthdays, ahead of time. We'll help you show up for those crucial moments as a friend, like the anniversary of a loved one's passing. And we'll make sure you stay connected by pinging you when it's been too long. We don't just remind you to connect, though. We make it possible for you to do so, no matter what constraints you're working with. For example, say you're in New York and you want to wish your friend in Australia a happy birthday. You can record a video message and schedule it to land right when she wakes up. If you want to send a gift, we'll match details about your loved ones with our network of small business brand partners and curate the perfect gift for you to send. Just like a personal assistant, we'll remind you that something is coming up, suggest a few options, and you just click send on something you know they'll love. We all use digital tools to streamline the rest of our lives, and so we're combining that growing market with gifting, a legacy category dominated by a few key players who have ignored tech-enabled solutions. Since we entered the gifting space, we've delighted over 4,000 customers who have spent over $700,000 with us celebrating their friends. This personal assistant is the newest arm of our business, and we're seeing 100% opt-in rates for those given an early sneak peek at our tech. Our business model is a flywheel. Our current customers become app subscribers, send gifts to their loved ones, and then those loved ones become new users. And our team loves what we do. My co-founder, Monica, was a director of product at a startup acquired by SC Johnson. And Paul, our CTO, is a PhD and full stack engineer with a deep passion for AI and data. We all deserve meaningful relationships that are built on more than comments and likes. Small Packages is about to help millions of people deactivate Facebook and connect in real life. Join us on our mission.
Trend is amazing. So being able to translate everyone's creativity into this new gig economy where everybody's leveraging their passion and their creativity to make a living is amazing.
Just the hands-on was super helpful, and the people that they brought in, like, were the real deal. I think a lot of accelerators can talk a big game about who they're going to bring in, but Techstars tends to back it up.
Hi there, my name is Ramon Barrios and I am the CEO of Trend. Trend has a vision for which anyone with a smartphone can provide creative services for brands, such as images and videos. The reason for this is because anyone with a smartphone has all the creative tools that they need in their pockets. They have a 12-megapixel camera and they have tools like Canva and Adobe, which means that they can create, edit, and distribute content within 15 minutes or less. So why did we set out to build this? We started this because we realized that brands and agencies spend over $20 billion every single year producing content that just falls flat. Why? Because it's not authentic. Brands need content that is relatable, effective, and easy to create. And our network of creators can make content that hits at the right time, in the right setting, and in the right context. The way our marketplace works is that brands create a brief and they request which platform they want content for, in what layout, and in which format. Through our native iOS app, interested creators can apply to the campaign if they're interested. Brands accept who they want to work with, and then they can collect the content with full licensing and distribution rights to repurpose wherever they want. The way our marketplace monetizes is simple. We charge $100 per campaign and on average retain about 48% net. We also have a SaaS component for which brands started requesting access for. In 10 days, over 10 brands have requested access to join our SaaS features. We have an unfair competitive advantage on how we acquire our customers. We interview our own brands in a podcast called DTC Pod, which ranks #1 on Google for DTC podcasts, has over 25,000 listeners, and is sponsored by Wix. Our SEO generates over 1 million impressions every 3 months, and it allows us to acquire customers such as Amazon. Our platform is also self-service, which means that any brand can come, join, and pay without having talked to a single representative. We're also not only great at monetizing creators, but we make creators. We have creators who started with us generating $0 and are now making over $10,000. On average, hundreds of creators on Trend earn $1,000. And so if we can get 20,000 creators to earn over $20,000, that's over 200 million in transactions. So far this year, we've paid over $380,000 out to our creators. Our growth is our best part. We've had over 600,000 revenue generated this year alone, over 300 onboarded customers, and in the past 2 weeks, we've generated $30,000 a week consecutively. Also, we are adding as many customers a day as we were adding a week when we first joined the program. So what gets us the most excited about this is the size of the market. We allow anyone to get paid for doing the things that they love doing. Somebody that loves to cook can get paid for cooking their favorite recipe with their favorite brand. And that creator supply is growing very rapidly. On the other hand, brands can't keep up with the content demand generated by social commerce. And they need content native to every single platform for every single product that they sell. And this data isn't even showing numbers outside of e-commerce. Our team is composed of two-time founders, creators, and people that have worked with apps that have generated millions of dollars per month and millions of users per month. So, you've seen how our marketplace works and how the interface works. However, the most valuable component of our business is the data angle. We are gathering the right information to know what content works and what content doesn't work. So brands, we want to remove the entire workflow process in the middle to manage creators for you. And so with the click of a button, you can literally request what kind of content you want and it will just be delivered. Celebrity and artist Pharrell Williams has joined us on our mission. We know that the way people make money is evolving. And we know that our team has the right elements and the right components to be the winner in this category. Now, the real question is, will you join us? Thank you.
Mentor. These people can be a mentor to me. I just happen to know something that might help them in the moment, right? These people are brilliant.
So right now, I need you all to get up and get really loud, welcoming Laura on the stage and Voxable!
Hi, I'm Lauren Golubeski, CEO and co-founder at Voxable, the design platform for teams who want to build better voice and chat apps. These apps are becoming increasingly popular. If you've interacted with Alexa or a customer service chatbot, you've used one. More than likely, though, you've had a bad experience. Why is that? Because until Voxable, design has been an afterthought. There's been a lot of investment in companies like VoiceFlow and Nuance, but they focus on development, not design. These competitors are actually no-code tools, and they constrain designers, and they're constantly playing catch-up with Amazon and Google. Instead, we're modeling ourselves after the multi-billion-dollar design companies, Adobe XD and Figma. But instead of focusing on graphics, we focus on conversation. I'm a conversation designer, which is a new role that's emerged. And I've worked with over 20 teams at companies like AT&T, Overstock, and GoDaddy. And these teams and I all have the same problem. We're hacking together no less than 3 tools to do our jobs. And our jobs are important. That's why companies are rushing to hire us or upskill their in-house teams. Companies realize that design is the differentiator between a good and bad user experience. And when they get user experience wrong, they lose revenue. Now their teams need a platform where they can design voice and chat apps efficiently. And this is where Voxable comes in. Voxable replaces the docs, diagrams, and spreadsheets teams currently use to design and manage conversations. It's collaborative, open-ended, and channel agnostic, providing teams the flexibility they need to maximize their potential. We know our customer because we are our customer. We suffered the same painful inefficiencies as our clients and students. That's why we're building Voxable. No team is more motivated to solve this problem or more knowledgeable about this market. We launched the Voxable beta in July and already have 139 people using our product and giving us feedback. We also have 2 paid proof of concept proposals in procurement with a Fortune 100 company. As we go to market, we want to make it really easy for people to sign up through a freemium model. These users will also provide inroads to their teams and organizations further down our sales funnel. The conversational AI space is maturing quickly. Just like every company today needs a web presence, every company will need a voice and chat presence tomorrow. The future of design with Voxable even includes leveraging AI to expedite script creation. Check it out. This entire script was generated by AI. Voxable will be the design platform for everyone building voice and chat experiences. And this is where you come in. We want to align ourselves with people who can help us scale and ride this wave. So join Voxable in changing the way humans interact with technology.
You know, it's like, so those of you who are parents, those of you who aren't, sorry, you can't relate yet, but those of you who are parents, when you have a brand new baby, you go and you're sitting there with the baby and you're like, okay, you're ready for discharge, leave the hospital. And you're like, wait, isn't the nurse coming with me? So this is sort of that stage. So the good news about that is, I mean, the whole team is here. Like, no one's leaving, and we're virtually connected, and the whole network is connected to you. So you're not leaving that network, and there's a whole network of other founders out there who you should be reaching out to. Those of you who are not active yet on Techstars Connect, on the CEO forums, the technical forums, or anything, those are only going to get noisier over time. When are you closing? How long is your runway? When are you going to start your fundraising process? And you're going to end up having a bunch of other leaders and coaches and investors who want to get you through your Series A surrounding you. So there's going to be a lot of noise, but just know I'm always here.
From the get-go, Curdy has just shined and gone the extra mile to show like how invested and how much she cares, not just in as our business, but us as individuals. And that's even something that we saw during the interview process.
Yeah.
And so that made us excited to just be here, and it set the tone for the whole program. And so they were amazing. I can't say that enough. I see Ben right there walking past, and I'm like, yeah,
come on again. It's been a lovely year with the 2021 Techstars cohort. These teams, these companies have been so great. They've been so pleasant in the morning, thanking us for having coffee hot and ready, because they've had big days, early mornings and long nights, and so we've really enjoyed hosting them here at Gravitate and in Des Moines.
Really appreciate you all being here. Glad you could experience what Des Moines and Iowa has to offer, and take care and good luck.
It's a wrap. See you next year.
What we can achieve together is far greater than what any one of us could achieve by ourselves.